George W. Bush, A Journey of Leadership and Legacy. Once upon a time, in the heart of the United States, a man named George Walker Bush embarked on a journey that would define not only his own life but also the course of history for his nation and the world. Born on July 6, 1946, in New Haven, Connecticut, George W. Bush was destined to become the 43rd President of the United States, serving from 2001 to 2009. As a young man, George W. Bush had an upbringing that was deeply rooted in family values and public service. His father, George H. W. Bush, had served as the 41st President of the United States, and his mother, Barbara Bush, instilled in him the importance of compassion, empathy, and civic responsibility. George W. Bush's journey into leadership began with his education. He attended Yale University, where he excelled in both academics and extracurricular activities. After graduating, he ventured into the business world, working in the oil industry and eventually becoming the co-owner of the Texas Rangers baseball team. But it was in the realm of politics that George W. Bush would make his mark. In 1994, he was elected as the governor of Texas, a role that allowed him to showcase his leadership skills and his commitment to conservative values. During his time as governor, he focused on issues such as education reform and fiscal responsibility, gaining valuable experience that would later shape his approach to national governance. The turning point in George W. Bush's journey came in the tumultuous year of 2000 when he ran for the presidency as the Republican candidate. The election, particularly in the state of Florida, was marred by controversy and legal battles. Ultimately, the U.S. Supreme Court intervened, and George W. Bush emerged as the victor, albeit by a narrow margin. Supreme Court intervened, and George W. Bush. His presidency began in January 2001, and it was marked by both triumphs and challenges. One of the defining moments of his tenure was the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001, when hijackers carried out coordinated suicide attacks on American soil. George W. Bush's leadership during this crisis was pivotal, as he rallied the nation and declared a global war on terror, leading to the invasions of Afghanistan and later Iraq. However, the decision to invade Iraq would become a point of contention and debate both domestically and internationally. The rationale for the invasion, which was primarily based on the belief that Iraq possessed weapons of mass destruction, later proved to be unfounded. This led to criticism and skepticism about the intelligence that informed the decision. Throughout his presidency, George W. Bush championed conservative policies, including tax cuts, education reform through the No Child Left Behind Act, and initiatives to combat the spread of HIV/AIDS in Africa. His leadership style, characterized by his folksy demeanor and strong conviction, resonated with many Americans, even as it drew criticism from others who felt he was too uncompromising. As his presidency came to an end in 2009, George W. Bush left a complex legacy. He had steered the nation through unprecedented challenges, but his decisions and policies remain subjects of debate. His dedication to veterans and military service members through initiatives like the post-9/11 GI Bill earned him praise, while his response to Hurricane Katrina's devastation in New Orleans faced significant scrutiny. After leaving office, George W. Bush focused on philanthropy and public service, notably through his Presidential Center in Dallas, Texas, which promotes initiatives related to education, healthcare, and veterans' welfare. He also collaborated with former President Bill Clinton on various humanitarian efforts, showcasing the power of bipartisanship in addressing global challenges. The journey of George W. Bush continues to be a topic of reflection and analysis, revealing the complexities of leadership, the impact of historical events, and the importance of making difficult decisions in times of crisis. His legacy is a reminder that leadership, like any journey, is marked by both successes and shortcomings, and that the decisions of leaders shape the narratives of nations and generations to come. Thank you for watching the journey of George W. Bush. Subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories of leaders who shaped our world.